to Laurie and Billie Jean Let's Eat, where every week I am making a recipe from my grandmother's cookbook. So first and foremost, I wanted to start this episode by giving a shout out to a very important viewer. Courtney, this one is for you, and I hope you enjoy it. I know I said last time that we were gonna make ham delights. I changed my mind. It's Easter weekend. I want a dessert for tomorrow. So instead, I'm gonna make an Italian cream cake. So this is a fairly complicated recipe, so it should be quite a bit of fun to see what happens. If you wanna give the recipe a try yourself, you can check out the description below. There's a link there that'll take you to my website, and you can find the ingredients and the instructions there. So let's get started. I'm gonna read all the directions for a change before I do this because this is complicated and I wanna make sure there's no ingredients that don't have a direction to go with them. So I'm gonna do that. Then I'll show you guys exactly what you need to make this recipe and then we'll get started. So let's eat. Okay, so here are our cake ingredients. We're gonna have 5 eggs separated. I've never separated eggs before, but I've seen it done on TV. I am not confident, but I'm gonna give it a try. Buttermilk, flour, granulated sugar, baking powder, or as it's called in the book, soda, Crisco, vanilla extract, coconut flakes, and some chopped up pecans. So the only thing the recipe doesn't tell you what to do anything with are the coconut flakes and the pecans. So I'm guessing those are gonna go in at the end once the batter is pretty much made. And then we're gonna put them in our cake pans and cook them that way. So that's for our cake. So I'm gonna start out by separating the eggs, which as I mentioned, I have never done, but I have seen done on television. Therefore, I should be able to do it, correct? That's how life works. You see things on television and then you just do them yourselves. Oh, this is such a shit show. So the instructions say to cream the margarine. To cream it, I assume we need to soften it. So I'm gonna throw this in the microwave, get the margarine nice and soft, and then cream it together with our Crisco and sugar. So I'll do that all in fast forward. Okay, so you guys probably couldn't tell, but I made the world's biggest rookie mistake and I melted my margarine and then I compounded my mistake by like 1,000 times and put the melted margarine into my sugar and Crisco, even though knowing that was stupid and immediately regretting it as I did it. So I threw it out and I started over. So we've got our sugar, Crisco, and margarine creamed together now. The next step is to add the egg yolks one by one. So I screwed up one of these egg yolks. I don't know how bad that's gonna be. You know, in an ideal world, I know that I would have a stand mixer. And fun fact, I do have a stand mixer that my father is holding hostage. So I just want you all to know that I do in fact have a stand mixer, and I know that it's stupid to cook a cake this complicated without a stand mixer. But I'm a strong, independent woman, and I'm fine with using my hands, working really hard to make my cake, and I'm just gonna make it work, because that's what we do. Okay, so our next instructions are to sift together flour and soda, so I've already done that. And then buttermilk, we're gonna alternate putting in the flour mixture and the buttermilk. I already put in a little buttermilk and then I remembered afterward, this is a Granny Lee recipe. And I guess for those, I'm supposed to put in flour first and flour last. Too late for that. We're gonna mix up the buttermilk and then I'm gonna add some flour. I have flour everywhere. What a catastrophe. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm already getting extremely annoyed with this recipe. Okay, so the last little thing there at the end was I folded in the stiffly beaten egg whites. Sorry, I'm getting flour all over my kitchen. So we're gonna go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla. Is that right? Yes. No problem, that makes sense. And then I guess I'm just gonna add these pecans and coconut flakes in. I need the vanilla for the icing. So it's a cup. I don't like coconut that much, so I'm gonna do a little less than a cup. I don't know. How much coconut do you really need in anything? Not much. So after some good old-fashioned innovation, I have chopped up the pecans. The pecans and coconut and vanilla are now all folded into the cake. And I'm gonna start putting this into the cake pans. So there's supposed to be 3 layers. That's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna see how it goes. Yay. All right, so here we have 2 of our 3 layers of our Italian cream cake. Yes, a disaster as ever. The other one is cooling here, and then I have the 3rd one in the oven right now. So we're gonna go ahead and work on our icing for our cake. All we need for this is 8 ounces of cream cheese, a stick of butter. It says, once again, a box of powdered sugar. That was way too much last time, as I suspected. So we're just gonna kind of do that by taste of how sugary it should be. And then just a tablespoon of vanilla is gonna go in there as well. So we're just gonna cream this all together. And then we'll have our nice little icing. Okay, so I actually got one of the layers out pretty nicely, just a little dent there. I've got my icing, my 2nd layer, and then I have to get my 3rd layer out of the still a little bit warm pan. Let's go ahead and ice this baby, and then we're done. So the bit where the side of my cake fell off, that was for my dad because he really loved it when the cake split entirely in half the last time I tried to layer a cake. It's a work in progress, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I just tried to put that 3rd layer on. That's the one that's most recently from the oven. It's too hot. It's gonna break like that one if I try to put it on right now. So I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. I'm trying to be a big person. So I'm gonna give it a little bit before I put on the last layer of the cake. So here is a slice of the Italian cream cake. Right off the bat, couple comments that I have personally. The cake is really, really delicious. I really like the flavor of the actual cake itself. It's kind of like a breakfast taste though, so not too super sugary, which isn't really a problem for me. There's definitely not enough icing. I don't know, I'm very skeptical of that icing recipe. I just don't know that everything that's in the cookbook is actually how my grandmother made stuff. Because to me, this doesn't taste much like the Italian cream cake I remember. It's pretty tasty and I'm enjoying it, but definitely doesn't seem like the same cake. Okay, so like I mentioned, I've had pretty much all of the ingredients as I've been making this, so I kind of know how it tastes, but get a bite here of this nice cake. I mean, the cake itself is super fluffy. And then it's nice. I like cream cheese icing is my favorite kind of icing, so it's really nice with the cream cheese. And not super sweet, like I said. So I like it. Like, I think it's a really nice cake and I enjoy it. I just don't think it's the cake my grandma used to make. So, if you'd like a nice fluffy cake, I recommend it. A little bready, too. Okay, that's it for this time. I'm gonna be making mac and cheese next time. I'm jumping around a little bit. So stay tuned for that. It'll be really good. It's one of my favorite recipes. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.